Welcome back to Rockstars. I'm Erik Voss, and Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness released even more trailer footage. This spot titled Reckoning, with even more mysterious imagery and audio clues, posing some dark implications for what's in store. So I'm gonna break down all the new stuff, because otherwise you folks would do to me what Wanda did to that Ultron Sentry. And this video is sponsored by Storyblocks. More on them later. Let's take a look.
This universe is only one of an infinite number. Mr. Strange. Who are you?
In this vast multiverse. Stephen Strange, your reckoning is long overdue.
Whoa, definitely saw a lot of new stuff in there. Actually, when I first watched it this morning, I was like, new. And then Kelly was like, you said new more than 6 times. There's definitely a video in there. And then I was like, I am so sorry. This is your world now too. So let's start with the Marvel Studios title card. We actually saw this with the December trailer too, but it's depicted as split glass, reflecting different past eras of the Marvel title logo, including the version that would play in front of Marvel titles from other studios, like the Sony Spider-Man movies and the Fox X-Men and Fantastic Four films, and the Netflix Daredevil universe series as well. And now that we know Professor X from those Fox X-Men movies is appearing in this film, this looks like a deliberate design choice to evoke those alternate universes and to show how every past era of the MCU is about to get broken wide open. You can also see how this prism is broken 5 ways, reflecting the 5 pointed star portals that America Chavez kicks through realities. I also like how it now comes with this weird sound effect. Yeah, so much synthetic chaos suddenly cutting to silence. Like the MCU past is part of some Matrix simulation glitching out of control until finally getting a hold of itself and straightening out, like it's trying to hide all this chaos from us. Because I think this movie is ultimately going to reveal that all the MCU we've been living with this whole time has been a gaslighting simulation on us. And they're finally gonna admit that the true Marvel universe should have mutants and a Fantastic Four and Deadpool in it. That all this time we have been lied to.
Calling me a liar.
Now the voice we hear is actually a line from the Ancient One in the 2016 film, her multiverse lecture to Stephen Strange as she sent him spiraling through various surreal dimensions for the first time.
This universe is only one of an infinite number. Worlds without end. Some benevolent and life-giving. Others filled with malice and hunger. Dark places where powers older than time lie, ravenous and waiting. Who are you in this vast multiverse, Mr. Strange?
But now it is Mordo's voice finishing the quote.
Who are you
In this vast multiverse.
Suggesting Mordo might be directly quoting the Ancient One in this scene as part of his speech to Strange, giving Strange a bit of deja vu.
Stephen Strange, your reckoning is long overdue.
Actually, back in 2016, that was the first utterance of the word multiverse in the MCU. And we later learned that the benevolent and life-giving reality that he floated in that moment with all the prisms was meant to be the quantum realm, or at least the gateway to it that Scott Lang passed through, and the one filled with malice and hunger, the dark dimension. This is the kind of thing that Mordo Supreme now refers to by Strange's reckoning, because also in the 2016 film, that Mordo warned Strange that meddling too much with the Time Stone, as Strange continued to do in that film and in Infinity War and Endgame, that meddling would lead to this kind of reckoning.
Temporal manipulations can create branches in time, unstable dimensional openings, spatial paradoxes, time loops.
You weren't manipulating the space-time continuum, you were breaking it. We do not tamper with natural law. We defend it.
And then later he warned,
You still think there will be no consequences, Strange? No price to pay. We broke our rules just like her. The bill comes due.
Always.
Then a familiar shot of Defender Strange saving America Chavez from the Ribbon Monster, but it has now recolored his protective sphere spell from golden orange, as Sorcerer Eldritch Magic normally is, to the color white. And you can see how behind him, the white sorcery is reflected in the shield that restrains the monster. Interesting, because we just saw a little example of some other white sorcery used in Moon Knight Episode 3, when Osiris, through his avatar, restrained Khonshu in Mark's body from striking Arthur Harrow.
We will not tolerate violence in this chamber.
Now, other times we've seen sorcery used by these Egyptian deities, like when Harrow used Amit's staff to summon the jackal or to break the sarcophagus, or when the Ennead turned Khonshu into a stone Ushabti to punish him. The sorcery in that case was all purple. So maybe white is the color of purely defensive spells that do no harm, merely peacefully restrain the attackers from doing harm against others. Essentially the MCU's spell of, hey, take it outside, you two. Now, one of the tools we use here at New Rockstars to make our videos better is Storyblocks. A Storyblocks membership is essential for any creator, and thanks to Storyblocks for sponsoring this video. They have a huge demand-driven, royalty-free library full of 4K and HD footage, After Effects and Premiere Pro templates, music, images, and sound effects, all to bring your stories to life. We have got the unlimited all-access plan, which gives you unlimited downloads for the over 1 million assets in their library. Choose from one of their flexible subscriptions that's scale to give you all the content and tools you need to focus on creating, not worrying about budget. And if you're a member of a large creative team, a marketing agency, or a media organization, their enterprise license has your back with comprehensive coverage for your entire company that enables you to distribute wherever, whenever. So go to storyblocks.com/newrockstars now, or click the link in the description to check out their unlimited all access plan today. Then there's a new shot of Strange turning to look over his shoulder at Christine Palmer's wedding, and then a rapid fire montage of these eye close-ups. There's a Scarlet Witch Wanda with her eyes glowing red, reminding us of the final shot of WandaVision episode 6, the moment she vastly expanded the walls of her Westview hex, warping reality and the territory around it. Wanda may now be doing something similar, but to all of reality. And then another quick shot shows, I think it might be Wanda's eye again, or maybe Strange's eye. They both have green eyes, and it's kind of hard to tell since it's just 3 frames, but you can see some ghostly form reflected within that eye. There was a similar shot of Wanda's eye in the February trailer showing the 2 holding cells reflected within, but here it looks like someone pumping their arms up over their head to the upper right. I don't know, it could be America Chavez, but it also looks a bit like that Captain Marvel Maria Rambeau variant, at least that's who we think that is, whom Wanda fights in the Illuminati Citadel. Then there's this awesome match cut of Strange observing the melting city that takes us to the more utopian New York of Supreme Strange with this big dumb statue in front of his sanctum. And you can see even more vegetation covering every surface, as well as this grid structure bursting with colorful foliage. One pedestrian passes us wearing tidy futuristic fall wear. And I love this, the traffic lights have been replaced with this green sign with X's, and then the street signs also no words, just a 5-row dot arrangement. Kind of like in this reality, even the printed English language was replaced with something automated technology might be able to scan more easily. It all just reads as super efficient, and I love it. I love all the weird little details here. But then my favorite shot of this promo, a dramatic new image of Wanda, or Wanda's more violent variant, and her attack on this Illuminati Citadel, proving the origin of her dark stains on her face and clothes. This fluid gushes from the severed head of an Ultron Sentry, which she continues to strangle as it bleeds out, probably to send a message to the others until just crushing it. This definitely evokes Wanda's coldest moment from Age of Ultron, when she ripped Ultron's robot heart from his chest and just let it bleed in her hand. Then there's a new shot of Gargantos chasing America Chavez down the street, flipping over cars like the guy thinks he's Doc Ock or something. Oh my God, Gargantos Dr. Octopus variant confirmed? Kidding. But again, it is really the sound effect added here that I'm most interested in.
Stephen Strange.
What the hell even was that blippy poppy sound? What is this, TiVo? Again, it just sounds technological, like a simulation glitching out. Now the last new shot shows us Christine Palmer in her variant blue attire in this similar pink colored setting as the place that they open the hatch to recover the blue glowing book that I've been speculating could actually be the Book of Vishanti. And the fact that that hatch is opened with the watch Christine gave Strange in the 2016 film suggests that this watch, which we keep seeing over and over again in trailer imagery, could be very, very important to the film, and perhaps a kind of constant artifact that exists in every reality. Because we learned in What If Episode 4 that Christine's death was an absolute point. Perhaps in the live action MCU, this watch could have some sort of absolute point status to it. Hey, a reminder to check out our great merch options at newrockstarsmerch.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at EA Voss. Follow New Rockstars. Subscribe to New Rockstars for more analysis of everything you love. Thanks for watching.
Bye.